Okay, this is the rest of that section, 3.4. A few more examples here. Okay, here we're trying to find if these two statements are equivalent or not, and we're going to use a truth table to do it. So we set up our standard form here, the truth table. And it's actually two tables in one, so we're just using the same PQ columns for both of these. You can sort of look at this as the separate table over here. We're going to compare the final columns, this column and this column, and see if they're the same. If they are, then these two statements are equivalent. So it started with this, not P. That makes this here a false, false, true, and true. Q is the same as it was. Just copy over. And now you're going to do this if-then statement, which we look for a true followed by a false, and that would be this one in here. Oops. Here's your false. The rest are true. Oops. True, true. Okay, over here, this is just a standard conjunction. We know that it's only true if you have two truths. So that's the first one here. And these others are falses. So I didn't even bother to fill in these columns, not needed. Okay, so you can see that these two final columns are not even close. There's a couple opposites here. So they don't match. So we would conclude that these are not equivalent statements. Okay, not equivalent. Okay, the next one down here, we're going to look at let's see. Okay, for this one, we're going to compare these four statements. The conditional, the original conditional is, let's say we start with if P then Q. Okay. And then we want the contrapositive, which is not Q, then not P. Whoops. The converse is if Q then P. And the inverse is if not P, then not Q. Okay, so let's do the first one here. Okay, true followed by a false. That's the only one that's false. So we're working on this first column here. These others will be true. And now this one, you might want to fill in the columns. This one's a little confusing because everything is reversed and you might make a mistake. But you know, that's up to you. I would be safer by filling these in first. And then these. False, false, true, true. And then looking at your standard, true followed by a false. Here it is. These others are true. And what you notice about these is that they have the same exact matching columns, final columns. That means these two are equivalent. In other words, the conditional that we start with, if P then Q, is equivalent to the contrapositive. If not Q, then not P. All right. Now, let's come down here. If Q then P, well, this is, I don't think we need to restate the Q's and P's down here. We can just look for a true Q followed by a false P. Here it is. It's this third row. That's the only one that's true. I'm sorry, the only one that's false. So let's see, these will be true and true and true. And then this one down here, I would be careful about that. I would put in probably fill in the special columns, the changes. So we got a false, a true, and a true. And then over here, not Q is a false, true, and a false, and a true. And then I single out right here, I've got a true followed by a false in here. True followed by false. The rest of them are trues. And what you notice about these two is that they are the same. So, equivalent. So that means the converse of the conditional, which is if P then Q, its converse is the same as its inverse. So in general, the converse will be the same as the inverse for a given statement, a given conditional. Given a conditional, if P then Q, then its converse will be the same as its inverse.